If this is a spoiler for you, I warned you. Okay, so I have a theory about Vikings. So I've been keeping up with the show. I don't know how many of you out there have, but I pretty much binged watch the first 5 seasons on Amazon, and then I'm holding out to binge watch the second half of season 5. I've been wanting to watch the show for a long time, and I finally caved and watched it. I usually try to wait for these things to have a series finale if it's something that's on TV, just because I don't like waiting. I can't. I'm not patient enough for it. I just want to get to the next episode because I want to see what happens next and be done. And then, you know, I'm born with you and I die with you. So that's the way I usually like doing it, but I can't help myself with Vikings. It looks so good, and so I had to watch it. But because I did it this way, and I kind of, you know, I'm caught up basically, except I haven't been watching season 5 part 2. I have been watching parts of it because I can't help myself, and I'll turn it to the channel and then I'll see some stuff and be like, no, I gotta turn it. But here's my theory. I think Ragnar is coming back, and I'm gonna explain why. So we saw, okay, if you guys haven't seen any of it, then just turn away, go back. Just you turn and flip it, bitch, and go. 'Cause I'm probably going to give some spoilers. So we all know that Ragnar died. But here's why I think he's not dead. Okay, so we see him get thrown into a pit of snakes. And we see the king there watching. You know, he sees the whole thing. And so, you know, at the time when I was watching it, I was like, dude, go get him. Go get him. Just throw a rope in there and drag him out, you know. But they never show a body. They never show a recovery. You only ever see the king be there, like, when everybody's gone. And he's standing there, and it's like, all right, nobody's there to witness you pull this guy out. And I haven't seen you pull him out. So where is he? Now, a lot of you guys are going to say, oh, well, there's a giant-ass snake in there with him. They probably ate him. Yeah, that could have happened. To be technical, the size of that snake probably wouldn't have been able to ingest that big-ass dude. But it's possible for Hollywood, you know? That could have happened. So I am leaving that option out there. But I feel like if that was the case, that was a perfect bitchin' opportunity for the writers to have like a cool scene where the knights go back to retrieve their snakes, because it's a snake pit. And as we saw when the sons of Ragnar went to go to the grave, there were no snakes in that pit. And that is way too high for a snake to just climb. I own a couple snakes, and I happen to know that that would be a pretty decent stretch. Even the big ones, unless there was like stuff sticking out, which I don't remember seeing, they wouldn't be able to scale the side of the thing. They would just fall over, and they would be stuck in the pit too. So the only logical explanation for that would be showing the knights going back and retrieving the snakes, which I don't know if you guys ever saw the movie Anaconda, but there was a scene where that giant snake had eaten a man, and he swam by in the water, and you could see the outline of the man. Now, if that were the case, we would have probably seen them pulling out a giant snake with the outline or a big lump of something. So I feel like the writers left that door open. Now, here's what I think happened. I have a feeling that the king went and retrieved a pretty much unconscious Ragnar from that pit, and probably took him to some shaman or whatever they have, a healer, and hid him, you know, because it's very likely you can die from snake bites, like poisonous snake bites, but there's still an off chance. I mean, he's Ragnar. He ain't gonna just go out with a snake. I feel like, I feel like that's like getting stung by a bee, but they did do that. So, cause that's serious too. That's something, I feel like that's something that definitely would take you down. Anaphylaxis ain't nothing to mess with, but your body could fight off poison. And granted, they bit him like 56,000 times, but he's Ragnar. So I just feel like there's plenty of opportunities for them to give some epic death instead of him just kind of wallowing into nothing and letting himself be thrown into a dirt hole with snakes. So that's just another thing. But I feel like the king pulled him out, realized that he was still alive, and took him to somebody who can treat him or cure him of the venom in his system. Now, right about now, while his sons are all freaking going after each other and, you know, Lagertha is in jeopardy and all that, I have a feeling he's like sitting somewhere with some Buddhist and monks and like healing himself, and he's gonna be like, all right, now I'm ready to fight and go take back my kingdom, and I'm healthy and strong. And he's like gonna show up and just be like, the fuck? Like, all this stuff happened when you guys are like, can't leave you guys for nothing. So that, I kind of like, I think that's the way it's gonna go down. I have a feeling they're gonna like, last season, I don't know. For sure, I don't know. I have no connections in Hollywood. I have no idea about any storylines. I haven't gotten any leaks. All I see on Travis Fimel's Instagram and all that is just flashback pictures of while he was Ragnar and like current stuff of him just hanging out as a normal human being. So there is no prelude to what I think is going to happen. This is just my theory. And to be honest with you, I'm pretty good at this. When I watch movies that I haven't seen, I call it. I'm just, not that movies are predictable, but I am such a movie buff that I've kind of seen it all, and I can kind of predict a lot of it. So that's just what I think is going to happen. Like, he got pulled out. He's somewhere healing, getting his strength back, like Batman. Okay? Okay? Rise of the Dark Knight? No. How do I ever survive? Dark Knight Rises. Thank you. See? I knew I would get it. Yeah. So, I mean, let's just think about that. For a second, Batman's dead, but he's really in a cave, getting himself better, you know, doing some push-ups, climbing a wall. And then he's going to show up and fucking rip motherfuckers a new one. So, yeah. Now, when I think it's going to happen like the last episode, he's just going to show up and be like, what's up, guys? I'm here. And, sorry. That was a horrible impression of him. So, but yeah, he's gonna do that, and then it's gonna like flash back to this whole thing of how he ended up getting there to that point, and Lagertha is gonna be like, oh my god, you're back, and he's gonna be like, shit, you killed my wife? Like, what? And then he's gonna be like, Ivar killed Sigrid? What? And then he's gonna be like, Ivar is running the show? Saw that coming. Because he did. I honestly think he would be proud of Ivar. Because Ivar is pretty much just like him, except was given the okay by dad to basically be ruthless. So, and on top of that, when his dad left him, he was incapable of walking on his own, had to be carried on his back, and was, you know, a kid crying. Not like crying, but I mean, the last time he saw his son, that was the situation. And he's going to come back and be like, bro, you taught yourself how to walk? You fight? You run a kingdom now? I am so, pat on the back. I am so proud of you. Like, you are my son. Like, yeah. He's going to smack Bjorn and be like, well, what you been doing this whole time? Dating girls? See what happens? Okay, not to hate on girls or anything, because totally not. Like, we run the show, okay? But, general sense, relationships, okay? Ivar, single. Bjorn, complicated. Who's the king and who's not? Who's in exile and who's not? Okay? Like, riddle me that.